Star Trek 57, M23, take 2.
It's the It's Got Star Trek podcast.
Sorry things didn't work out for you.
I've been trying to make sense of it. I fell in love with her twice. I thought she could do the same. We were the same two people on the same ship. Why didn't it happen again? I keep going over and over our last conversation, trying to think if there was something I could have said, could have done. But nothing comes to mind.
Commander, I don't think you can analyze love. It's the greatest mystery of all. No one knows why it happens or doesn't. Love is a chance combination of elements. Any one thing might be enough to keep it from igniting. A mood, a glance, a remark. And if we could define love, predict it, it would probably lose its power.
Hello and welcome to.
What?
I'm sorry.
That was so deliberate.
Look,
I knew there was no way you could get through that with like how much like pomp and circumstance. How much
That was leading up to
is
it.
that the right term for it? How much?
Perhaps.
How much
flamboyance?
How much flamboyancy was involved? How
Flamboyancy.
how
Buoyancy.
how
flamboyance.
how choreographed? How
You're
People at home are missing Dan's like fist pumps into the oblivion.
you were right on money. Right on the
Powerful
money at
fist
the beginning of
pumps.
that. The beginning of that thought, Dan, and now you're drifting away.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
but anyways, I knew there was no way you could get there was too much English on that pool ball.
Word.
It's because I was trying and failing to inject some excitement into our discussion for this evening.
I agree.
All right, so let me do it properly.
Let's start over.
Okay, I'll do it in a manner that befits the episode that we'll
In a manner of speaking.
be discussing. Hello.
Hello.
What are you doing?
Welcome.
Oh man.
Welcome to the It's Got Star Trek podcast.
Is this done through technology? Telepathy?
Yes.
Hello. Hello. And welcome to the It's Got Star Trek podcast.
Is this done through technology?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Telepathy?
Okay. All right.
Obviously.
This is
Smellophone.
this is episode 340
Yes.
of the It's Got Star Trek podcast.
I agree.
Good. Okay. So we're going to be discussing Voyager.
Report.
Voyager. It's going to be a Voyager episode.
Oh boy, you're really setting the tone for this
Boy.
episode.
So we're going to have fun. It's going to be a great episode.
It's a great one.
Welcome to the It's Got Star Trek podcast. Yeah! Okay. The episode we're
I'm
just...
surprised you didn't have any the last time you were
Whoops,
here.
that was wrong.
That was the wrong clip.
I'm afraid I can't let that happen.
No, how about this?
No!
I know none of those really fit that well.
No,
It's
no.
kind of once again.
I'm afraid I can't do that,
On point.
Dave. That's a 2001 Space Odyssey.
Explain.
Dave, dude.
This
I
week...
can't even get sounds that match up properly.
well, we'll get there.
We're fucked.
We'll get there in the end. This week, to grand acclaim, no doubt.
Yes.
It's going to be one of our highest rated episodes ever. We will be discussing the Star Trek Voyager 4th season episode. Look, okay, here's the thing. It's really hard.
Yeah.
It's even though it's cliched, it's really hard not to make like the joke about this episode. Like this episode's called Unforgettable.
Yeah. What is it? What'd you say?
The episode's called
No,
Unforgettable.
but what'd you say about it? You said
Well,
it's really what?
It's, well, The thing is, it's
Hard.
It's a forgettable episode.
But you know what you say? But you said. But you were. What were the first words you said? It's really what?
Hard.
Did I say it's really hard?
That's what she says.
Okay. All right. I see what you're saying.
That's what she said.
It did.
That's what she said.
I apologize for not catching on to that earlier.
Jesse, help me out.
Unforgettable.
Yeah.
The Voyager episode.
Kind of forgettable.
Okay. So
We're still having a rough go of it.
look.
And it's not your. I'm not blaming you guys. It's
No.
totally my fault. And
No.
It
is not your fault.
It's none of our fault.
I don't think it's your fault.
I think it's just the way the stars have aligned when this episode was made.
It's the producers of this episode's fault. Look, we'll get into it. We're not.
Well, we haven't even told what episode we're.
Yeah, we have. I've said unforgettable.
Well,
You already forgot.
Did you already
That's
play
the
the?
whole
no,
thing.
I didn't play the sound yet.
But I said unforgettable twice, and then
But you said it was very forgettable.
No. I said the title of the episode. Never mind. Okay, let's do it. You're right, Dan. Again, it's not your fault.
Got it fucked up again.
Not my fault.
Oh.
It's because of this episode. As I was saying,
Cursed.
I understand the cliche is to make the joke that this episode is called Unforgettable.
Yeah, but that's not.
I understand. I get it, Dan. We're gonna don't worry. We're gonna do it the proper way in a second. I just want to, for the audience, I feel
It's complicated.
I feel compelled to state that I understand it's trite to make fun of this episode being called Unforgettable by referring it to by saying it's forgettable.
Right.
But it is.
It's a little bit.
Right.
Because I've seen this episode many times, and I honestly couldn't remember the episode
Whack.
going in, and I was kind of excited. I was like, you know, I remember what this episode's all about. And then by the end, it was like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
So let's do it formally and properly according to the standard template of the It's Got Star Trek.
Well, because you
podcast.
never. Okay, never
My
mind.
name is Dan.
Maybe you snuck it in there in a weird way, but I didn't hear it.
No, it's all non-standard. I get it. So this week we are
Non-standard.
to make it clear.
I know what that means.
We will be discussing the Star Trek Voyager episode titled Unforgettable.
Why go to that trouble?
Okay, I'm glad we got there in the end.
We made it.
In
We
fact,
made it.
I'm so glad about that, Dan. Would you mind, for those who might not have caught the clip, could you play that clip one more time? Do you mean me?
Why go to that trouble?
All right, I walked over that a little bit. How about this? Let me say the title again.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to repeat the title just because
We got to get it.
I just want to make sure people don't forget what the title is. So I'll say the title and then you play the
Okay.
clip and we'll do it nice and clean. Nice and clean.
Okay.
All right, we're watching and discussing Unforgettable.
Why go to that trouble?
Yeah. Why was she talking all over herself then? But
I don't know.
she's saying, I go to that trouble?
No, she says, why go to
Why
that?
why go to that trouble?
In other words, why go to the trouble of discussing this episode?
Well,
Oh, come on.
there's a lot to discuss in terms of
That's what we do.
command decisions, and that's an example of one where you gave that. And we'll get to it in more detail, but I was just like watching this and
Yeah. I mean, the
Janeway's all like, whoa, why should we be suspicious of this monstrous, crazy person?
I mean,
showed up.
the description sounds kind of interesting. It's like
You
these
guys
people,
don't remember
these
me.
people that like you can't remember them, but for some reason, like it affects both organics and like
Well, they have a computer.
electronics.
They have a computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not only biologicals can't remember them, and computers can't remember them either. So it's like so there, and then she said it's because of her pheromones. They have pheromones
Right.
that make
It's the moans,
that make
baby.
people forget, but apparently those pheromones make computers forget too. So that's why you can't scan them with tricorders.
It would have been cooler if there was some, type of species that did actually remember, and they were like,
That was the issue.
"You're
That
full
was-
of shit."
Like 7 of
Well,
9
it'd be
could
nice
remember.
if there
something.
was some kind of issue.
Well,
that
they do
went
that on
there.
TNG with Data when that.
Yeah, right.
But like I'm just saying, like, how are pheromones going to prevent a tricorder from working?
Look, Dan-
and even if it wasn't pheromones, it's like okay, it's
Maybe
just
they really
it's,
smell.
It's like it's like unlikely that there's a creature that exists that people look at it and they forget. So it's mega super unlikely
Jesus
that you
Christ.
that you would have a creature that would make people forget them and like synthetic electronic things forget them too because those
Yeah.
are two different
It's
mechanisms.
mind-blowing.
Those are two different mechanisms of forgetting.
The Jedi can't even do that.
Like
shit.
one is like organic brain forgetting, and the other is like computer chips can't scan it. Those are two totally different. One might say those are two completely different ideas.
I agree with your point. I'm giggling a bit because I'm made slightly uncomfortable, both by you keep referring to creatures, and then somehow, even though I totally agree and understand with the term, the way you said biologicals sounded racist.
Yeah.
Because you're like
Frankly,
computers
I find it
versus
repulsive.
biologicals. All right, we're gonna get to all that. There's a lot of crazy stuff to discuss in this episode.
It is a dangerous pastime.
We have some front matter. I do want to. All right. Okay.
Our rhythm is all fucked up.
That's a wacky one this week.
I do want to, at the beginning of the episode, since I kind of get the impression, Dan, Jesse, and I have not discussed with each other what our views and thoughts are, but I'm getting the vibe that we're all kind of on the same page, that this is like, it's one of them episodes.
Yeah.
We always want to stress that if you enjoy this episode, if you get a lot out of it, that's awesome, right?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's awesome.
No. It's awesome for the person.
Normally,
we don't think the episode is
If
awesome.
you like it, it's awesome to you.
Normally, I would agree that in every circumstance, whatever floats your boat, man. But this is one of those scenarios where I'm a little offended, maybe if you like this episode.
So we don't
Really?
like to yuck anyone's yum, as they say. We don't like to kink shame, but in some cases, it's kind of like, well, really,
Yeah.
really that.
That is your decision.
I'm not that strong.
However,
Really,
like,
I just did not see a point to this episode.
neither did I.
No, I'm not a fan.
Like nothing happened. I thought
If
and
people
look-
like it, it's
and,
okay.
And look, I'm not saying that this should have happened or this shouldn't have happened, but I thought like, are you laughing at me?
No. I'm laughing with you.
Is it because I whistled? Are you laughing at me because I whistled?
No.
Honestly, Dan, from my vantage point, Jesse was just laughing along. with
Jesse,
your
you were
comments.
laughing at me
I
whistling.
was also laughing.
It was just part of the enthusiasm.
Both of you were laughing at my whistling.
No,
It
we
was
were
just
not
the
laughing at
forward
your.
enthusiasm.
Are you talking about? Was it? I didn't catch the whistle. Was it one of your classic Lady and the Tramp beaver whistles?
You have no right to do this.
Anybody got any wood?
I'm not saying that this should or should not have happened, but I was thinking that something would have happened. Like
I got a little bit of whistle there.
I know, I can't help it. Now I yucked my own yum. Oh man.
Yummy yum.
But
What you're doing is wrong.
So I was saying, I'm not saying that they should or should not have done this, but if something were to happen, I thought that maybe what it was going to be was that since she was like all interested, she kept saying,
who's she in this case?
oh,
Kellen?
sorry. First, at one point she goes, Captain, if you let me have access to your sensor systems, I can modify them to detect ships. And then she also said, I was only able to make a temporary modification to your sensors. If you let me access your astronomics processors, I could make that modification permanent. I thought, oh, is she like getting in on their secret shit? And I thought that
It's a little
maybe,
iffy.
and I thought that it was going to be a twist where it was like, where like, he did fall in love with a woman named Kellen, and he did forget her, but Kellen is long gone, and this one who's claiming she's Kellen was actually a tracer
Right.
looking for the real Kellen, and she was going to somehow dupe Chakotay into somehow like... Or she's going to dupe Chakotay into letting her into the systems, or somehow
Right.
through this whole process,
But it wasn't that
she was
cool.
gonna she was going to find the real Kellen. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The
right.
most interesting
It
thing.
wasn't even that cool.
It was not, but it just ended with like, oh yeah, we did fall in love, and
Look.
yeah, but you did, but you didn't fall in love back with me, even though I fell in love back with you.
Yeah, that was
that was
legit.
the whole point of the episode was. I'm Chakotay, and I fell back in love. I was able to fall back in love with you, and you insisted on me falling back in love with you, and I did. But when the tables were turned, you didn't fall back in love with
Right.
me.
You were like, later, dude.
yeah.
The most interesting thing about this episode is that it keeps almost being interesting. The writers are good writers. This is bad writing, but they're not bad writers. They know what they're doing. Voyager has excellent episodes in this season, but this is one of those gags where it's like you have to be a good writer in order to like know how to make it stupid, because every time they come up to they create some plot point, they're like, let's make the choice that's the most boring choice. But look, we're gonna get to that. I do want to go over a couple things first.
You were very diplomatic.
I've already stated, like, look, we're not. If we're critical about this episode, if you love this episode, please, that's no worries. That's awesome. That's
Yeah, man.
Totally down with that. We don't think you're awful. Dan might be a
hates
little bit,
you, but I'm cool, man.
but
I'm afraid I can't let that happen.
Yeah.
I also wanted to acknowledge Fraser, Fraser sent.
boy. Wait.
Okay.
These are our messages.
Well, there's a caveat there.
Uh-oh, I fucked it up. I fucked it up again.
You didn't fuck it up.
I keep almost being awesome, and I keep not being awesome, just like this episode.
So
There's always a caveat.
Fraser sent a series of hilarious voicemails that he asked us not to play. So I'm not
Okay.
playing them. Maybe
All
one-
right.
So he asked us not to
Must
play.
be respectful.
But I wanted to state for the record, Fraser, thank you. You're awesome and hilarious.
Can they be on the page?
You are an endless source of delights. So that'll be a fun little secret behind it. We'll put it on Patreon.
Let's put it on
Fraser's voicemails.
And we'll make him pay to take it down.
One of the key points though is Fraser did remind me that last week recently he sent a message. He referred to us as like Jill and I forget whatever it was. We didn't cotton on to the
Very
fact
clever.
that it was the Charlie's Angels. He was
Oh no, yeah, I didn't get that.
yeah,
at all.
that was a good
'Cause I
gag.
didn't watch that.
That was a joke.
I'm just not super familiar with Charlie's Angels other than the title of the show. So apologies.
I hear it's a good show.
Fraser.
Very funny.
And then we have an email from Joe, first-time emailer. This is regarding, we had a brief discussion about AI subtitles because I had mentioned last week or a couple weeks ago that we had noticed that some shows on streaming networks were seeming to use AI for subtitles. And I was confused because like these are on like shows that are old that already had subtitles. So we were like, why would you even like go for the effort? Like, cause you know, the subtitles were shitty and like not good subtitles. And like, you already have good ones.
Right.
So Joe writes in to say, hey gang, longtime listener, first time caller. Recently y'all got into a discussion on the accuracy of captions in Star Trek and captions in general. In that you talked about how some TV shows were using AI to recaption old shows and wondered why that might be. Joe goes on to say, I don't know if this is the whole reason, but I have a strong contender of an idea. In the good old analog TV days, closed captioning data was encoded in the vertical blanking interval, which is the space between frames in a video in an analog signal that was left to allow the electron gun of a CRT, give it enough time to reposition itself back to the top of the display before drawing the next frame.
Such unyielding logic.
Modern digital video systems use separate subtitle tracks that are packaged within the digital video file and decoded and rendered at playback.
No way.
As older media who use the analog caption system get digitized and played back through digital transports like HDMI, the old vertical blanking intervals get stripped out. And the old closed caption data gets lost.
Inconceivable!
AI subtitling might be a way to restore lost caption data from older media. Thanks for making a great show, and I hope this makes sense. I'm writing it while having just finished a long workday with little sleep. Cheers, Joe from Florida. And his email indicated that he works in audiovisual television production, et cetera, et cetera. So
Thanks, Agamus.
thanks, Joe. I don't know. It's interesting. I'm not 100% sure. I tried to do some research. That could be a reason, maybe not. I wasn't able to confirm it. But I love learning about those weird little quirks of technology that if you don't work in the industry, you just wouldn't know. It's one of my.
Is this done through technology? Telepathy?
That's always one of my favorite things. So thanks so much for filling us in on that, Joe. Much appreciated.
Yes.
Okay. So now, Dan, now we can talk about this episode. This exciting episode.
Right.
All right.
Well,
we have to ask you, Dan. Do you have any bits?
Well,
Got duties.
you were saying that they.
Why am I holding my hands up? I don't know. Dan was holding his hands up later. Now I just absentmindedly found myself holding my hands up in the air.
He was punching
Explain.
the air.
I don't know.
It's complicated.
I'm trying to take after one of my heroes.
I'm not certain.
All right.
I'd rather not engage in speculation.
I have a complaint about that line too, but we'll get to that.
That is your decision.
Yes, Dan, you were saying you were like.
Sorry, I was spacing out. Patrick, you were saying that one of the things about this episode is that it was setting up for entertainment and it kept not being entertaining. Like it was saying something that was, you were like, oh, that's going to be entertaining.
It's promising.
So I didn't, like, usually I make lists of like things that stand out, and what stood out in this episode were the parts that weren't like terminally boring.
Oh man.
Well
so
done.
so I have
a list of like the just not terminally boring, as in it will kill you. You'll die of boredom.
Is it a short list?
Yeah, like no, there's actually 18 things, but keep in mind this doesn't mean that the episode is in any way entertaining.
It's little things.
and it's just little things, like of all the 18 times in this
Because you're an observant fella.
in the 18 moments in this episode, I was not like completely turned off and just like, oh god, why?
Okay,
Like
I'm excited to go through that list.
And this is a bare minimum thing. This isn't like me being like, oh, that was awesome. It's me just being like, huh, okay.
Right.
It's more like me acknowledging that something is happening and my brain is sort of processing something as potentially
It's keeping you from turning it off.
It's my brain is
You can stop watching it.
My brain is processing something as being potentially entertaining.
Right.
Now, it doesn't mean it necessarily gets there, but it's like it causes my brain to consider the possibility.
It's those brief moments during the show where you allowed the barrel to sort of be removed from your mouth.
Yes, exactly.
The barrel of the of your handgun.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
where you're sort of like absent-mindedly, it's kind of going back and forth. You know.
Yes.
Okay, I'm excited about that list. I think we can actually get right into that in a moment. One observation, a broad observation I wanted to make at the top of this discussion is that this episode weirdly becomes interesting because of how uninteresting it is, and because it does some weird things where it inverts your expectations, not on purpose, by the way. This doesn't make any sense. Invert your expectations in that you have competent characters like Tuvok and Janeway saying things that seem ludicrous, and then you have Neelix giving some like pretty decent advice.
That's the thing. That's one of the things I noted.
Like, what the fuck is that?
It's the old Voyager like switch 'em ups where they write like and the characters don't act like themselves.
So
all the time.
this wasn't part of my list because it wasn't a moment. It was more just a concept. This is an episode. I did notice that Neelix wasn't completely like obnoxious and like I didn't.
He was
I didn't.
surprisingly less space creepy.
I didn't find Neelix was he wasn't totally intolerable in this episode, and he seemed like almost on the same level as Chakotay in certain places. So
It was weird.
but
all right.
but to see the thing about this episode is so it's sort of a quintessential case of they want you to feel something, but instead of making you feel that thing, they tell you to feel that thing to the max, because we aren't experiencing a love relationship between Chakotay and Kellen. We are hearing Kellen tell Chakotay about their relationship, and you think, okay, that might work if we see Chakotay slowly fall in love with her, but suddenly he just loves her.
But she's forcing it, and then all of a sudden he does.
So it's not like we see a progression of him slowly growing more fond of her. They just have a couple discussions, and then suddenly he's like, no, don't fire, fire on them, save her, and don't go, no, don't go.
I like your
don't go.
I like your representation of Chakotay.
Yeah, it's like
Dialogue.
and out of nowhere they kiss. Oh, when they kiss, I feel like I'm supposed to feel something, but I don't feel anything.
Yeah, there was no tingle.
So it literally is an episode about a character telling another character about a time that we didn't get to see,
which could be total bullshit.
So it's like,
well, that's the thing is the structure of this episode.
The episode is structured around exposition, but not normal exposition. That's the point, is to be expository.
But as you were saying earlier, Dan, it keeps making you think that there's something else going on.
Yeah.
But then it doesn't pick that route.
No.
And so...
And the biggest twist is that she doesn't fall back in love with him when the tables turn.
But you have like the thing,
Which
and
is
then
nonsense.
you have flashbacks, and it's like, is the flashback her saying it, or is it actual flashback? How are we, like, they don't film it in a different way, you know, like they don't do anything to orient the viewer to what the fuck is going on.
Exactly.
But they're not doing that in a purposeful way that's supposed to make you uneasy and put you in a, it's just like, when we need a flashback, we'll do a flashback. When we don't need a flashback, we won't. Oh, we're going to use the summer camp romance logic where they spent 2 weeks together and now they're fucking in love.
Yeah, now they're in love. Now she knows
the love transcends memory.
She knows
souls.
She knows all his favorite, or actually all the foods he hates.
This is what I remembered most about you. Wasn't
can't
this
eat
like a couple weeks
fried
ago?
foods.
Yeah.
There was like what do you mean? The thing I remembered most.
It's like being hit with thousands of needles.
That was interesting. What were you saying, Jesse?
I don't know. Oh, wait, like the fried foods made his stomach upset.
Yeah, she knew about like all
She knew
his,
about that.
you know. So anyway,
But there was something. Wasn't there something about the replicator that he was like, "Why didn't you know about this already?" Like they were eating. She was eating. Something.
oh, it was ice cream,
Oh, was it ice cream?
I think.
Well, they did that ice cream gag in
Yeah.
Okay, anyway,
Enterprise.
Yeah.
So
I did want to mention briefly.
Classic gag.
Yeah, in Enterprise's Oasis, we discussed that in episode 253 of It's Got Star Trek, which came, of course, after this episode. But they did that same gag, which is a guy likes a gal, and the alien gal is like, "Oh, ice cream's delicious.
Yeah.
Ice cream's amazing."
So
Yeah, we
is
know.
is this episode before or after the episode where Chakotay and Janeway get stranded on that planet and have sex with each other?
I think it's before.
So
I
that
can't remember that.
I would hope it would be before.
I don't remember now. God, I should remember that.
I won't forget
That
that.
episode is Threshold. I'm pretty sure that's Threshold.
Fleshhold.
Yeah.
More like fleshhold.
Wow, you know, it's
Fleshhold.
I'm not a big Chakotay fan, and
I mean, not that there was anything wrong with them.
look,
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I don't think
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
how many line reads do you have of that?
I mean, not that there was anything wrong with them.
Oh, that's Jerry Seinfeld.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Who are all these people?
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Look, I got nothing against Robert Beltran. I think he can. He can do.
Sure, I believe I believe he's capable of doing a good job.
He's in Voyager, especially early on.
He's the first officer.
He's demonstrated high quality acting ability. He's never been my favorite character for a variety of reasons. Beltran himself basically was pissed off that they didn't write him good stuff.
Yeah.
And so I sympathize with him. His reaction, I don't know. I'm not enough knowledgeable about the behind the scenes, but my understanding is that he was kind of like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to kind of phone it in.
Yeah.
And that's why he like kind of just was like seems like he's phoning it in. Cause he's like, they're not fucking giving me the stuff they promised.
I do.
When I got
And it
hired or
was.
whatever. I don't know. I get it. I don't know if that's like the most professional reaction. When I think about other actors like Jerry Ryan, right? 7 of 9, or Jolene Blaylock
Explain.
as DePaul, who were able to take kind of ridiculous characters that were meant to be like all sexy, whatever, and they were able to through sheer force of will turn dialogue into more interesting stuff and carve out more interesting stories for their characters. I think Robert Beltran didn't do that, and I think this is an example where they're like, here's an episode, it's a dumb episode, and you're gonna sleepwalk through it, and everyone's gonna fucking sleepwalk through this shit, and you're gonna get fucking Virginia Madsen, who would not long from now she would be in Sideways and get nominated for an Oscar. Brilliant actress, brilliant actor.
Totally.
And I'm sure she comes up on your list, and then like it's like nothing's happening. There's no spark or anything here because, like you said, Dan, they're just telling us what we're supposed to feel.
I don't want to play this game.
Yeah. And then, like I said, there was no evolution of like you slowly see him falling in love. It's just like suddenly he decides she doesn't want to go. I think it happened when I can't remember if the kiss happened before or after this, but it was a point where Janeway was saying like, should we fire on them?
Should we kill her?
She says,
Chakotay.
She goes,
now or never. Do we kill her?
She goes, either we give her up or we fire back. Which one is it? He goes, fire.
Yeah.
You know, and then I can't remember if that was before or after the kiss, but I think that was the point where I guess he's in love with her now.
Yeah.
And so we
under
don't
pressure, like
So-
under fire, like you now or never. You gotta pick now.
So I'm saying, like, if you're gonna have an episode that's really characters talking about something we never get to see, you have to see some kind of. You really have to feel what's the changes happening in their emotions, and you feel nothing. It's just straight descriptions of things.
I felt nothing.
I don't buy any of it until the end when Neelix is talking, and he's the one who makes it convincing to me.
And it was very disturbing.
Like through the transitive property, I'm like, oh, Neelix is empathizing with Chakotay, and he's feeling all these emotions. We don't get to see them from Chakotay, but Neelix does, I guess.
Might that be the source of your consternation?
It may indeed be. So we had to take a break, but when we get back, we're gonna start on Dan's list of what was it? The list of super exciting, amazing moments from this
18
episode.
little bits, baby.
18 of the top moments from this episode, which will
18 of the 18 of the most 18 of the 18 of the
All right,
most
yeah.
unboring moments.
Time to
Is that how you
pull it right out?
I'm
Unboring
my
moments?
brain is hurting as I'm trying to say this.
It looks like that. It's exactly what I'm seeing
Well,
before my eyes.
Good thing we're about to take a break. So we'll gather our business, and when we get back, we'll be so high energy and excited.
Negative.
All right, folks, we'll be right back.
Why didn't you just say so?
And we're back.
Harry, hail them. On screen.
Hello. Ready to energize. Energize.
Harry hailed him.
I knew you'd come.
All right, I see what you did there.
They did a lot of things.
You did a lot of things there.
There's a whole series of.
We'll let the audience unpack most of it.
Craving a late night snack?
Harry,
That was a joke.
You know, I want to make it clear, because going back to what we were talking about at the beginning of the episode.
no, there's no pun intended. I can't remember what we were talking about.
Oh, well, this is unforgettable.
But seriously,
Why go to that trouble?
I honestly don't. I don't remember. Do you remember?
It was something about
Dan's all rubbing his rubbing his forehead.
the Charlie's Angels thing.
Oh, the Charlie's Angels thing.
Yeah.
That Fraser mentioned.
Yes.
That we referenced Fraser's voicemails.
So I totally like I've commented on this before about like how I like that people are doing this riffing on our names thing.
Yeah.
I just didn't pick up that it was Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
We just haven't watched it.
Yeah, but I knew that there was a riff going on.
Did you?
So before my time.
Did you?
Luckily, I'm a master of visual diagnosis.
I don't expect you to have clipped these particular lines.
There's no telling what.
But a couple things stood out to me at one point early on in the flashback. Chakotay, I forget, Kellen says something or whatever, and Chakotay's all like, "On my ship, I give the orders."
No, I didn't get that one.
I was like, "What?"
I know. Since when is it your ship?
Who wrote
dude?
this dialogue? And then later, like Kellen's all like, "I felt an attraction right away."
Of course.
What?
That's how it works, dude.
What this is how you introduce yourself to somebody?
Yeah, I know.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, Dan, let's get into your list. This is going to be a
List
good,
'em ups.
a good scaffolding for this second segment here, this discussion we have about this ridiculous episode.
Okay, so the first thing is it's really a setup for the callback. It says Harry Kim says, when the captain told us to start collecting deuterium, Seven suggested a series of modifications to the Bussard collectors.
Oh, yeah.
Bussard
Or the
collectors?
Bussard.
The Bassard collectors.
The Bussard collectors.
The buzzards.
The Bussard. Like the Bussard ate that
You got to drain them
vermin in my
buzzards.
lawn.
Exactly.
The problem is I didn't realize the extent of the modifications until after we'd begun the sweep. I mean, not that there was anything wrong with them. Oh, shit.
So Dan is now.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Okay. there we go.
I accidentally closed the software out. In fact, efficiency is up 23%. Chakotay says, in a nutshell, Harry. Then that's a callback.
Right.
That's the setup for the callback. So that's retroactively entertaining because we don't know that that's entertaining, but it is mildly entertaining.
Mildly.
Because Chakotay's being all rude. He's like, the collectors are almost full, but I can't tell exactly how full until I realign the sensors with sevens. And Chakotay says, why didn't you just say so? Next time we're closer with her from the start. And then he walks away and Harry's like, ugh.
And
And
now-
like that was mildly entertaining because it was like, I'm not saying it was good, but there was something going on there.
For those audience members and co-hosts that don't remember the punchline, could you remind us how it comes up later?
Oh, well, it comes up later in my list, but as a thing, but like the nutshell. There's,
All right, I propose we save it till the appropriate time in the list,
Okay,
and
then
I'll see if I can remember it in the
and
intervening time.
I'll call back to this one.
And then you'll call back to
this
number
one.
one. Is it
Yeah.
the last one on the list? Is it number 18?
See, like the show, you don't know that it's entertaining until later on.
Or I don't know how not entertaining it is.
But it was also entertaining because there was a little strife going on between, like, because I've been in that position where I'm telling like my superior or something, and they're being kind of short with me, and I'm just like, I'm just trying to do my job here. You don't need to be an asshole. Like in my head, I'm thinking that, and Harry was thinking that when he walked away.
So you've been in the position to have a stranger come onto your military ship. And that stranger has an explanation that they said will explain everything, but they're not going to tell it to you all at once. They're going to kind of like dribble it out over the course of a few days. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's a totally different thing. The in a nutshell is the callback. This is not a callback.
Right.
This part where he says, where Chakotay says, why didn't you just say so? Next time, work closer with her from the start. And he walks away, and Kim just kind of looks at him as he's walking away, and he goes, closer, bright. Like he's saying, he's like exasperated because he's been working really hard, and all he's getting is guff from Chakotay.
Yeah.
So that's kind of entertaining because it's strife.
It's perhaps a topic for a special episode or a Patreon or something. But
I told you.
I have critiques of Chakotay's management style.
I do too.
Yeah, and
but
it's kind of funny that I don't. Again, I don't know if the writers are with the setup you've just described. I don't understand if the writers want us to think that Chakotay's right or Chakotay's in a bad mood or like what exactly are we supposed to get from that interaction? Because he seems like like you said, he seems kind of like a dickhead.
Yeah, he does. And see, that's what I'm saying. And I want to make it clear that these aren't like super awesome parts or even good parts. They're just parts that I just didn't want to fall asleep and never wake up.
All right.
You know,
Part number 2.
And anytime there's any kind of strife, see, I was so desperate for some kind of conflicting, some friction,
Just
some opposing forces hitting each other.
The essence of strife.
Opposing forces hitting each other. I was so desperate for something to happen that wasn't just like, yes, and then we did this, and then you liked it, and then we did this, and then we celebrated, and it was so fun. And there's like, I like that you told me that. Now I like you more. You know, that's what the episode mostly was.
Yeah, man.
Number 2, Paris says, so.
It's a good. By the way, I'm not being sarcastic. That was a great Paris impression. Just that part. Just a so. I know.
So.
We're not like trying to do impressions here, but that was well performed. You really evoked Tom Paris there.
You're going to realign your sensors with 7s.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Sounds like fun. That's kind of entertaining.
I know. It was kind of entertaining.
It's lame. It's a lame joke.
He was a shit.
He's a lame.
He's a
It's a
shitty
lame.
guy.
It's a lame played out joke, but it was kind of entertaining.
And I'm not going to spoil what I know I'm guessing is going to be later on your list. But this is a part of this relationship with Harry and Seven that they come back to repeatedly. That it is fun. It is
totally.
It is an entertaining.
It's you don't expect to hear like a "that's what she said" joke coming from Star Trek. I mean, I mean
That's what she said.
They didn't literally have a "that's what she said," but he was doing a setup for a "that's what she." That's what they were doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you don't see that.
That's
Star
what
Trek
you
too much.
said.
Yeah.
Now that could speak to the poor writing, but for whatever reason, I was like, oh, that I paid attention to that. Number 3,
because it made you paid attention because you're like thinking about Harry getting out of that uniform.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Harry Kim fucks.
Just slipping.
He's like playing a clarinet, and he's all like serenading you with his clarinet.
Just slipping out of his Starfleet onesie.
Yeah. He's like, oh, it's so I don't know. The replicator just doesn't get it quite right.
Yeah, the replicator doesn't get what quite right.
The uniform.
Exactly,
The uniform.
Oh,
he just takes it half off, and then it's just like dangling, and then he's just got his shirt off, and he's playing clarinet. Yeah, exactly. I forget how it goes. Mozart. Yeah, he needs to practice more. That's
Is that the Mozart?
yeah, I believe it's the Mozart. The rhythm was fine. The tonality was a little breathy.
Number 3, when we're introduced to Kellen, the way we're not introduced to Kellen, we're introduced to her foot that is sticking out from underneath that bulkhead, which evokes imagery of the Wicked Witch of the East.
Oh shit!
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. I was
her
thinking
foot-
more like Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, like Chakotay fell in love with her foot.
Oh, I didn't think that, but I can see how
because that would have made the episode more interesting. They didn't choose to go in that direction.
Yeah, but I was thinking
They didn't choose to give Chakotay a foot fetish as a fun character trait.
Don't deny it. You were trying to be funny.
Fast talking Chakotay.
Yeah.
Don't deny it. You were trying to be funny. Don't deny it. You were trying to be funny. Don't deny it. You were trying to be funny. Don't deny it. You were trying to be funny.
So you watch that, and he like pulls it up, and her foot just all goes zoop. It kind of zoops away. So it kind of like it reminded me of Wizard of Oz. That's a good story movie.
I'd say so.
I think that's very nicely observed.
See?
Creeps me
Not
out.
totally boring. And then when he picked it up, her foot, all you see is her foot just go zoop. It's almost like they had like a prosthetic foot that they just kind of pulled out or something.
Prop foot.
Doctor says, I'm not.
They voted that down in California, Jesse.
Oh yes, that's right.
Prop
foot.
Prop foot. Get it?
Oh, you
Got
guys
voted
I mean,
down.
that's not much of a joke, but I'm trying.
It's half a joke.
All right. Sorry.
Very funny.
Apologies, Dan.
Number 4, the doctor says, I'm not certain. When I scan her, the readings won't stay in the database. Luckily, I'm a master of visual diagnosis. That's a classic doctor line.
I know, right?
this is like they keep saying
Pretty
stuff that's
lame.
really dumb.
I know it's dumb, but it's
so
like
stupid.
Luckily, I'm a master of visual
It's like
diagnosis.
he didn't even have to be in the
What the
episode.
fuck does that mean?
I
He
don't
just
know.
said some bullshit.
But it made me think. It made me like. That's the thing is, it can be very poor writing, but it made my brain have to like process something.
What was the thing that, because again, if we're not there on your list, didn't Tuvok say some dumbass shit too?
Yeah, we get to that.
Okay, all right.
But I mean, in this episode, they could have had like somebody wearing, like a big dinosaur costume and roll around in the bridge, and you'd be like, that doesn't make any sense. But you could call it entertaining with respect to the rest of this episode.
Absolutely, yeah.
So that's what we're getting at here. So yeah, so I'm a master of visual diagnosis. That's just the doctor, tooting his own horn again, But I mean, I would imagine
He's a son of a bitch.
But I mean, imagine like any doctor is good at visual diagnosis.
Well, yes and no. It's a stupid thing for a doctor to say, because a doctor would be like, well, I can't just like, I mean, obviously, if you have a rash or something, I can diagnose it, but I can't do blood tests with my eyeballs.
Right.
It kind of doesn't make sense when it's like,
unless
this woman has been.
You can't do a colonoscopy.
I mean, he can see where she broke her leg or whatever, sure, but I don't know.
Maybe his photonic eyes can go in her skin.
I think
Photonic eyes.
it's like they're trolling us to be like, let's see if our audience will call us out on how stupid the dialogue is.
Because if his photonic eyes could go into her skin, he would just say that. He'd be like, luckily my eyes are equipped with
He wouldn't have to say it.
with X-ray ability. He wouldn't say like, I'm a master at whatever. I don't know.
Exactly.
Number 5, Kellen says, you and I worked closely together. You helped me a great deal. Then I left knowing that you would forget everything about me. Then Chakotay says, then why did you come back? Why the battle? Why ask for us for asylum? And she says, I know you want everything in a nutshell.
Right.
That's the way you work, but I have to tell you the whole story before it will make sense.
Okay.
That's why Chakotay was an asshole at the beginning when he told Harry, in a nutshell, Harry, because they were setting up for that. That was supposed to give us some kind of context to their relationship. They were trying to set up, like, they were trying to sort of set up a backstory to the relationship, and by having him like yell at Carrie and telling him to speak in a nutshell, and the fact that she knew that he does that so much so that she used the same goddamn words, like she wasn't even just saying like she didn't even say I know you always want to jump straight to the conclusion. She had to use the exact precise wording that he used with Harry, which seems a little clumsy to me.
Well, it's
in a nutshell.
It's also funny because following my own hypothesis,
In a nutshell, Harry.
my trolling hypothesis here, it seems like it's the writers being very clever to have you suddenly think that Chakotay's request for information is somehow unreasonable.
Yeah,
which makes no sense. We as the audience are being told by the writers that
Very clever.
that Chakotay's in the wrong. That Virginia Madsen Kellen is like, oh no.
Yeah,
I've got all these like crazy superpowers and like all this like potentially dangerous Voyager killing stuff has happened. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of coyly feed you tidbits of our tale over time.
Right.
And you're going to like give me access to your computers and shit in the meantime. I'm just going to wander around the ship. But don't worry. Once I finish the story, you'll believe me.
Right.
All right.
I mean, not that there was anything wrong with them.
In a nutshell, Harry.
I know you want everything in a nutshell.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Like I said, it seems like they were trying to sort of build up a backstory to their relationship somehow in advance, and it just came off really weird.
Backcountry.
Number 6, it's a well, I already landed that joke, but it's number 6.
I bet you did.
It was an almost that's what she said. When Kim said she was here, but nobody remembers it, and Chakotay says, that's what she says.
That's what she says.
And he even says it like that. He even says he doesn't say that. He doesn't go, that's what she says. He goes, that's what she says.
That's what she said.
That's what she says.
That's what she said.
See, it's the same delivery. Listen.
That's what she says.
That's what she said.
It is absolutely.
And so that was mildly entertaining. That there was a direct that's so they had a setup to it. That's what she said joke with Tom Paris and like getting aligned with 7 of 9 or whatever.
Yeah,
they had a setup for it, and then they had Chakotay actually say one. What year was this episode made?
Somewhere in the 90s.
So way before The Office.
Oh my god!
I was gonna say.
Yes.
I was going to say, like, why?
It was way before that.
The same writer probably wrote those 2 parts. That's what she said on the mind.
Yeah, I have no doubt, Dan.
I want to mark. We're going to switch it up to. We're going to switch it up a bit. Number 7 is specifically not entertaining. Okay. I threw a couple of those.
So not entertaining as to
so
draw your attention.
Yes.
Okay.
So in a way, I guess that's entertaining, but okay.
We'll be the judge of that.
Chakotay says, then take them. I thought you might like to get something to eat, unless your memories of our mess hall aren't that good. And then Kellen says, as a matter of fact, I was quite fond of Neelix's food, to which Chakotay says, now that's something that's hard to believe. That's not entertaining. I know they were trying to be entertaining.
No, that's similar to the on my ship, I give the orders. It's such cliched writing.
Yes.
It's beyond cliched, right?
Now that's something that's hard to believe.
I've said the word cliched way too many times this episode, but the fact is...
It's getting cliched.
But the fact is, this writing is stock writing.
Yeah.
It's just copy and paste writing.
Yeah.
It's not even just following a trite pattern. It's just using dialogue from other media.
Yeah. I kind of wish Neelix was in the background when he said that, so Neelix could be like, fuck you, man. Why is everybody... It's like, you guys don't have anyone cooking food for you on this ship. I'm the only person that knows how to make anything edible in this goddamn quadrant, and all you do is shit on me.
Usually I get the impression that Neelix his cooking is all right.
Yeah. The problem with Neelix is they try to do both jokes, but that he is a good cook, but also some of the stuff he makes is horrible and shitty.
But like I said, he's the only one that can make him food in this fucking quadrant out of like all sorts of weird,
for some reason,
out of some weird grass and shit, and everyone's always joning on it.
Yeah, I know.
But
yeah, for some reason,
because he's a space creep.
Neelix is also it did not pass my attention by when Chakotay is going in and talking to Neelix, and Neelix is all like, you can get some herbal tea or want some fucking heroin.
Yeah, I was wondering when he's talking about more exotic varieties.
You want some of that? You want to see your ancestors?
I am a space creep.
I mean, and it was overt. That's what's hilarious about it.
How many times are you going to say space creep, Jesse?
As many times as it counts, baby.
I think you said it like 5 times already.
Well, it's Neelix.
We should do like a little
That's my thing. I call Neelix a space creep. That's what I do on
I won't forget that.
All right, number 8.
Chakotay said, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
Kellen goes, you were very diplomatic. And Chakotay says, why do you say that? Kellen says, you hate carrots, fried food upsets your stomach, and you refuse to eat pudding because you think it's slimy, right?
What does that mean?
Like Chakotay what is slimy pudding?
What?
Chakotay is so lame about food.
What a jerk.
He's so lame.
What the fuck does that guy eat?
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't eat carrots or fried food or pudding? Like what does that leave?
Like, okay, fried food, I guess he's got a stomach condition, but he doesn't eat pudding because it's slimy? Okay, if anyone out there doesn't like pudding because it's slimy, I'm very sorry.
Write in to feedback@itsgotStarTrek.com. We would love to hear about what makes for a slimy pudding.
Come over to Dan's house and he'll slap you upside the head.
I mean, it's just kind of like saying I don't like apples because they're juicy or something. Like it's like, what do you mean it's slimy? It's a gelatinous substance.
It's not slimy.
It's not.
I don't think it would be appropriate to call pudding slimy. It's a different.
It's
thing.
not.
I can
slimy.
appreciate if you don't like the
if somebody
viscosity,
doesn't
the
make
texture.
it right,
I get it, but it's not slimy.
No, you're right. It's not slimy. It's not like calling an apple juicy. It is. It's not slimy. It's just. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's slip sliding in my mouth. It's just squishy. Or not even squishy. I don't know what you call it. Like viscous? I don't know.
It's a bit viscous.
I love pudding.
It's pudding.
Pudding is, but like, Chakotay is so lame about food, it's entertaining.
Yeah, well.
So I found that entertaining because it's so weird. Like, you don't like fried foods and you don't like pudding because I don't know. Like, it just stood out to me.
I know.
Number 9. Janeway says, we don't detect any ships. I'm assuming these are your people in cloaked vessels. Kellen says, they've come to take me back. Janeway says, Harry, hail them. I just thought I just think that's funny.
It is funny.
Harry, hail them.
I agree. It was funny.
Harry, hail them.
Yeah, that was fun to say. Harry, hail them.
So it's the alliteration that's fun.
Yeah, this is what we're digging at here when we're looking for entertainment in this episode.
Look, it was
It was alliterative. That's entertainment right there.
Fun alliterations.
So this is how she said, Harry, hail them. This is how entertaining this episode was. 10. Neelix says, evening, Commander. Craving a late night snack? Chakotay says, no, something to help me sleep. Got any ideas? Neelix says, I know humans think warm milk will do. Frankly, I find it repulsive. Chakotay says, I agree.
You got any hair?
Look, I don't have a boner for hot milk either, but of course Chakotay thinks it's like fucking repulsive. He thinks everything, like you said, Jesse, what does this motherfucker eat?
I know, right?
He's like, I find it repulsive too. And it's funny the idea that like Chakotay is like all simpatico with Neelix about like warm milk. We both just fucking hate warm milk. That's what we got in common, you know?
Warm milk is like European.
Chakotay's just like, how can I complicate every interaction? I needlessly complicate.
So Chakotay eats like an alien. He doesn't eat anything. It's like he should like Neelix's food then. Number 11, Neelix says she must be happy to be here. Chakotay says, I'm sure she is. Neelix says, forgive me, Commander, but sometimes it's best to be straightforward. It's obvious how she feels about you, to me at least. I see how she looks at you. Might that be the source of your consternation? I don't know why that's entertaining, but maybe it's the idea of Chakotay, like Neelix speaking to Chakotay on an equal level. Just being like, when he says,
Sometimes it's best to be straightforward.
like he's like I'm being serious now. You're not gonna stop me. I'm gonna nothing about your position is gonna stop me from saying what I'm saying, and I'm saying it for your benefit because I know it's best. And it's like Neelix in a mentorship position, and it's really weird.
Neelix knows.
Well, and
what is this Neelix knows?
This is one of the many examples of how Ethan Phillips, being such a great actor, is able to take some absurd dialogue, and unlike Chakotay and Robert Beltran in this episode, Neelix says stuff that's sort of ridiculous, but you kind of buy into it because he's so emphatic about it. You're like, you buy into this, like I said, summer camp romance is like a totally real and plausible thing and is a reasonable thing for Starfleet officers to make decisions about, make important life and death decisions based on that you may or may not be falling in love for the second time with this lady.
In 2 weeks.
So craving a late night snack,
and this is even less than is like original. The first time was 2 weeks, and then this time is less than 2 weeks. Anyway, all right.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. We don't know the timeline on this. It felt like a day or two.
It felt like a fucking million years.
Yeah, I know.
Honestly, this is one of those rare times I had to keep rewinding the episode because I found myself like literally not remembering. I don't mean it as a joke. This is not meant as a joke. I find myself like having spaced out and being like, oh shit, I don't know what happened in the last couple of minutes.
What was that?
Like 5 or 6 times I had to do that.
I guess also sometimes though you'll see in these shows where bartenders can like kind of get away with talking to anyone however they want.
Sure,
but this is
like
Neelix,
the jester character.
But I mean, this is Neelix. He's not a bartender. He's just
it's also Chakotay. Who the fuck?
He's a space creep.
Yeah, right.
I mean, Neelix is a space creep, but I don't know. But he has more gravitas than fucking Chakotay.
I was thinking though when he's talking about we have some tea, we have some Terran varieties. It was something more exotic. He must have meant like some serious mushrooms. Or something.
We just said that. We just did that.
I know, but I'm calling back to it because this is the scene that it happened in.
Oh, okay.
I'm calling back to what we were saying. It's like speaking of this scene, I agree with what we said earlier. I agree with the thing I said earlier.
Right.
I think audience, I think Dan is doing some incredible meta humor. Like this episode, he is providing redundant information to fill out time.
If you choose to interpret my remark as humorous, that is your decision.
This episode makes Neelix entertaining.
Get on me for being redundant.
I'm not getting on you.
You just did.
I'm saying you're a comedic genius.
Jesse, he just got on me for being redundant.
I'm saying you're a comedic genius.
No, you said
you're playing with the structure of podcast humor.
No, you said, and I quote, you're like, you're being so redundant. That's so funny, Dan. Good job. Why don't you be a little bit more redundant next time? So it'd be even funnier next time. Redundant much, Dan? Ha ha ha.
You got me.
That's not what he said.
You got me dead to rights there, Dan. What's the next number? 12?
Yes. This is another one that was not entertaining. Yes?
That was just Jesse was doing his little mouth noises.
Just a little bit.
This is not entertaining. We've kind of already referenced this, but we'll go back. Sorry if I'm too redundant for you.
Quite all right.
When I say I'm sorry, I really mean fuck you.
Bless your heart.
I'm not being redundant.
Live long and prosper.
Yeah, right. It's like, I'll pray for you. Kellen says, I could eat this every day. Chakotay says, oh, no, wait. Sorry. Forget I said that.
All right. Again, no pun intended.
Yeah. What?
Because this episode's about like they forget.
Oh yeah. I keep forgetting that that's the joke.
Oh no!
No pun intended.
I know so many people listening are going to find it annoying because they're going to think we're doing this as a gag. And I'm looking at Dan's face. We are sincere. Both he and I are.
The gag's
sincere.
on us.
Yeah, we are. This is just kind of happening.
What a terrible message.
It goes like this. They're laughing, Chakotay and Kellen, and then Kellen goes, "It's called ice cream." Chakotay says, I'm sorry you didn't have any last time. I'm surprised you didn't have any last time you were here. And so, yeah, it's not entertaining because I'm so tired of like aliens being surprised by ice cream.
Right. Like, why didn't she have it the last time?
Yeah, it's like, Patrick, and you brought up the fact it happened in Enterprise, and I know it's happened in other stories too, where you get this person from out of town.
It's a banana split.
Yeah.
Why didn't they invent their own fucking ice cream already? Jesus fuck.
Yeah, there's some alien that comes to town and they have ice cream and it blows their mind and they've never heard of such a thing, and it's just like it's insane.
You just described our next Netflix TV show. That's the log line. It's like some guy comes to town, he's never had ice cream.
It blows his fucking mind.
Yeah. And then he goes on to change the
Tutti Frutti.
the fortune of all the village residents.
Yeah, for more ice cream.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that actually happened in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure too. Napoleon
well, not in 2. Not in Bogus Journey.
Yes, as well.
I'm sorry. There was no reason for me to call that out because you said Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah, I didn't say Bogus Journey.
Yeah, it required no clarification.
There is no Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure Part 2.
Which would be great if there were.
But
then it wouldn't have Station.
It was Station.
I love how many people are not going to understand that joke. It's too bad about Station.
Station.
Go watch Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Why?
Watch it.
So they understand the joke about Station.
Joke about who?
Oh God! Dan's just he's telling me to vamp, but I'm vamped out. He's looking for the sound clip. He's gonna find it eventually. Here it comes.
I know. I wasn't looking for the sound.
Oh, do you have a sound clip to play? Because you kind of look like you know in Star Trek 2 when Khan is all like asking for their surrender and Kirk is going to send over the ship codes, the command codes, and then and Khan's all like, where blah blah blah, and he's like, here it comes, Khan, here it's coming, here it comes. It was kind of like that.
Melvin.
There we go. That's fantastic. What's nice for the audience at home is that our high quality audio processing is going to make sure that you won't have the same experience that Jesse and I just had.
Yes.
Which is
I agree.
To have our eardrums
A bit of a peak.
brutally carved out by high frequency sounds.
Obviously.
Those will be cut out of the MP3.
Well, I didn't know it was that loud.
No, it's quite all right.
And I did have Station
Just a
somewhere,
little
but
bit.
that must be a really old clip because it's not on this laptop.
No worries.
So I'll have to get it for
movie.
next time.
No worries. Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, yeah. Oh yeah, Napoleon came to the future and they went to Waterloo or something.
Yeah, it was the
and
water
then they
park.
it was called Waterloo, and then they ate at the Iggy Piggy or something, and he freaked out and ate a bunch of ice cream, and he ate all his ice cream, then he took their ice cream.
He got like the award.
He like took their ice cream, and they were like Iggy Piggy.
Yeah, and he got freaked out.
Yeah, and they got
Because they pigged it
and they were
up.
like Napoleon's a dick,
And then they saved the world.
Yeah,
Napoleon
okay.
is a dick.
Okay, number 13, also not entertaining. Follow up to 12. Kellen says, I could eat this every day, referring to ice cream. And then Chakotay says, then you should. And then she laughs really hard. She laughs really hard. She goes, I can't even do it.
Well, that's because she hasn't had ice cream. Like,
I don't even know how you laugh that hard.
You could have also clipped out that sound because
anybody can eat ice
That's what
cream
you do.
every day, like, and then you don't laugh like that.
He could, but she was laughing at the fact that he says, then you should, because then she was like contemplating the idea of eating ice cream every day, and she thought it was so funny. She was like,
I know, right?
It's crazy.
She laughed way too
Alien
hard.
broads.
Yeah.
It's really weird I didn't clip that sound.
Yeah.
I must have been that bored.
Yeah. Number 14?
No.
Chakotay says, basically, she was a security operative for her people. She's a trained expert in weaponry, surveillance, fighting skills.
Fighting
skills. Any idea where she might fit in? Tuvok says, Mr. Neelix could use an assistant in the mess hall. Chakotay says, Tuvok, that was a joke. Don't deny it. You were trying to be funny. Tuvok says, if you choose to interpret my remark as humorous, that is your decision. Chakotay says, I do, and it was. Tuvok says, it's perfectly logical. All the qualities you mentioned would help in defending Neelix against the periodic wrath of the crew. And so it's mild.
Now that was a joke.
That was a joke.
I don't think Tuvok's first statement was a joke. I think he was like, this person is a security threat. No chance. You're trying to get her. You want me to hire her for the security team? Fuck you, Chakotay.
Right,
Your girlfriend's going to work with Neelix in the kitchen, and then later he made the joke. That's a funny joke.
She's gonna cut up onions.
I was saying, I actually wrote a note that said it's mildly entertaining, mostly entertaining at the end when Tuvok talked about people killing Neelix. But it's pretty entertaining to hear Tuvok joke around,
Absolutely.
even if it's not a funny joke. It's always funny to.
Tuvok's fun. Tim Russ is fun.
He's a Vulcan.
He's the best Vulcan.
Yeah,
I think
Totally.
Tim
He's
Russ
totally the best
did the
Vulcan.
best. perfect Vulcan.
We haven't found shit.
Yeah.
I agree.
Number 15, Kellen says our weapons are proton-based particle beams, very tightly focused. And then Harry Kim says...
Very tightly focused. It's like, it sounds so sexy.
Our weapons are proton-based particle beams, very tightly focused.
It's the way he says it.
Okay, I'll get through it this time.
Who, Dan or the character?
Dan.
Yeah,
You guys-
I agree.
You guys done talking?
No.
Can I get through the quote? Can I finish?
Can I finish? It's a Ross Perot joke, right? Who the fuck is going to get a Ross Perot joke?
I won't forget that.
All right.
Okay. Kellen says our weapons are proton-based particle beams, very tightly focused. Harry says it's like being hit with thousands of needles. It's kind of an entertaining image, right?
100%.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And Harry's saying it. It makes it even better.
I think Harry's great. Harry's a highlight of this whole episode.
Harry needles Kim.
Everything. What's wrong, McFly? Chicken?
Well done.
Back to the Future 2. All right, part 2. We got to take a break.
Oh, man, we're almost done.
When we come back, we will conclude.
Let's hope so.
Conclude Dan's list.
Oh, damn. Did you just joan on my list, Jesse?
We'll conclude.
No.
We'll conclude Dan's list.
You just said he hopes we're almost done.
And we'll do Where the Hell Have I Heard That Before? And then we will finish up our discussion of Unforgettable.
What the heck is this all about?
Be right back.
Don't let this happen. Please. Don't let this happen.
And we have returned.
I came back. Go ahead. Because I fell in love with you.
Was that two different? Was that two different clips?
Go ahead.
Yep, it was.
Because it was like,
It was a big pause.
So get along with it.
Yeah.
Just tell us.
it's
In a
just-
nutshell, what are you trying to tell me? I came back.
In a nutshell, Harry.
I know you want everything in a nutshell.
Okay,
I
Dan.
won't forget that.
Dan, I think you have a little surprise for us.
Nutshell.
You have a little surprise
Like a
for us.
I
walnut
could eat
shell?
this every day.
Here comes Dan's surprise.
Here's my surprise. It's so surprising.
I could eat this every day.
Then you should.
I like that.
That's the laugh.
I can you do that? Wait, previously. wait, here, listen to this laugh.
It's an ice cream laugh. This is the first time I had ice cream.
Wait, do it again, Patrick? No, the whole thing. It's hard to do.
It is hard to do.
It's like she's laughing with ice cream in her mouth.
Wait, look, wait.
This is why I've never been nominated for an Academy Award.
Maybe I need a mouthful of soda first.
Maybe you need to.
Everybody does.
Maybe you
baby.
need to have starred in Zombie High. Or indeed, Highlander 2.
No, wait.
The one that people pretend doesn't exist.
No, look, I'm doing it with a mouthful of soda. It's easier. Look.
Okay.
It's real.
Dude, I'm doing a sound right now.
Okay, Jesse, don't interrupt his sound because I'm very nervous that he's about to spray a bunch of fucking soda.
Just let me do my
on an
sound.
extremely expensive microphone.
Please, when I say I'm going to do a sound, please let me do my sound. That's all I ask.
All right, go for it.
Because then I have to do it like 4 times.
Because you have to.
Because I got to get through it once. So
You
please
got
do
it.
me a favor and humor me.
Absolutely.
And just like play along with this quirk I have. There's nothing sexual about it. It's a very reasonable quirk, but it is a quirk.
Nobody mentions sex. Nobody mentions.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that was very good. Oh, that was good. Good. Made me nervous.
A little bit.
So at first you thought I was going to spew it all over my laptop, and then when I go, you thought I was going to start like choking.
No,
on
I was more concerned of the microphone than the laptop.
Oh, you were worried about me or my shit. You were worried about your microphone.
The laptop is probably IP 67 at least or something.
Oh,
You know,
shit.
these microphones.
Okay.
What are we on number 15? I think.
We just did 15, which was our weapons are proton-based particle beams.
All right.
It's like being hit with 1,000 needles. Number 16. 7 says, I suspect Commander... Wait, sorry.
Right.
I suspect the Commander and Kellen are engaged in a courtship ritual. It seems an unnecessary and complicated precursor to the act of procreation.
Right.
And Harry says, I know you think so, but trust me, some people need those rituals. And 7 goes, explain.
Explain.
I like this because this is like the B plot of this episode, where
Sorta.
Seven is trying to understand sex.
Right.
And
Seven's just like, you could just fuck all the time.
But it was almost entertaining, but it was ruined by Harry's obvious omission as to why people should like each other before having a kid. Because she was like, because they were talking about like the courtship ritual and liking each other, and he couldn't explain to her why people. It's beneficial if you like the person you're having a kid with. And he's like, if you don't understand, I can't explain it to you, which is obviously a joke. Like, how do you explain sex to a Borg? It's like, it's not about that. It's just easier to raise a child when you like aren't fighting all the time, when you enjoy each other's company. It like makes for a more grounded experience.
It's yet another example of a very good actor saying a line with such confidence that you buy it until you listen to what the line is.
Right. And it's obvious, like I said, it's obvious they were going for some kind of like, you know, the Borg are so logical and ridiculous, but actually she's got a point. But she doesn't. And right, like you just said, right, he says it with confidence. It plays out and sounds like it's supposed to, but like it's very obvious why people should like court before they. Because it's like you feel each other out. You don't want to like expose yourself too much and like reveal some shit and be embarrassed because whatever. But then you slowly like feel comfortable around each other, and then you like each other, and then you have a kid, and then it's easier to make decisions about raising that kid.
I'm pretty sure. Look, Seven later on. Seven grows over time. Jesse's sneezing his head off.
I'm so sorry.
No worries. Seven grows over time. Do you think in the future Seven looked back and was like, "What the fuck was I asking for?" Harry of all people for romance advice.
Now look, I know I'm not a parent, so I can't make like judgment about parenthood, but I do know that as someone who had parents, it's easier when my parents get along. Historically,
I mean, you're also a cat dad.
Yeah, those are my kids.
Right, my parents didn't get along and they got divorced, and I remember it being particularly shitty.
Yeah, same with my parents. They got divorced too. So like,
I come from a loving home.
Yeah, I know. Lucky you.
No, I had a lot of people care for me, so I have no complaints there. But yeah, I just imagine like with anything you do, if you're working with somebody else and you like each other, it's generally easy.
Yeah. Good point.
Anyway,
where is it?
Number 17.
17.
Harry Kim says it's usually considered a good idea if two people get to know each other a little before they become intimate. Why is that? Because it's more comfortable. You spend some time together. You laugh. You talk. That makes it easier to get closer. Right. Seven goes, but the end result is the same, is it not? So that's just really a continuation of the last one. But it's more.
She's like in either case, you're going to come too early.
But it's
Harry Kim.
Is that too blue?
But it's entertaining. This one's entertaining because it's more about enforcing how pragmatic Seven is. Because maybe she doesn't. We can accept that she doesn't get it. That's what we can accept. We can understand that she doesn't get it. What I can't understand.
She gets right down to it. Apparently,
what I don't understand is why Harry can't explain it. See, that's my issue. Is I don't understand why Harry can't explain it. But I agree.
Like I said, it's bad. It's poor writing.
But I do understand why Seven doesn't understand it, so that's why that's entertaining, is because she's got such this pragmatic view. All he had to do was make the simple explanation. She would have been like, oh yeah, that totally makes sense. But you know,
and not only that, it's also the writers aren't very convincing here, because I don't think their intention was for us to kind of side with Seven, to be like, you know what, Seven's making a really good point. But the way this is structured, because Harry doesn't have an adequate response, that's the result is like, oh, actually, yeah, why not?
Well, I think it was supposed to sort of focus and enforce this idea of how like inexplicable love is, how inscrutable love is, because
or just to make Harry uncomfortable because that's funny.
Well, yeah, there's that. I mean, there's that too. But I mean, remember at the end, Neelix had that whole speech about love at the end,
which he said it's a very convincing, well-written, nice fucking speech where he makes some good points.
Yeah, right. And so, but like that would go along with that idea where he talks about how love is like you can't love unless love is real, but if it's not real, you don't know it.
He doesn't mention his 2-year-old girlfriend, Kess, who left the ship earlier because they replaced her with Seven.
I don't think you can analyze love. It's the greatest mystery of all. No one knows why it happens or doesn't. Love is a chance combination of elements.
It's like what Doc Brown says when he wants to study women.
There's an episode where we see Harry Kim like back in like San Francisco. He has like a girlfriend that he lives with.
Yeah, Harry
he's
like
not like,
Harry, like Janeway, had an ongoing relationship. And that was they didn't always go as far as they could. It is interesting to for somebody to wrestle with that. Janeway in particular is like, at what point does she open her heart up to the potential for other relationships, because she technically has this relationship?
Okay. Oh, sorry.
No, that was it.
Okay. So this is the last one, and in this one, Chakotay says, "Then I'll be the first. Tell me how the emitter works, how it affects the memory centers." Kerneth, who's the latest tracer, he says, "You sound desperate, Commander. Does Kellen mean that much to you?" And Chakotay says, "What you're doing is wrong. She wants to stay here." It's funny because how hypocritical Chakotay is being here. Because earlier in the episode, he was like reminiscing, Kellen was reminiscing with him about how he helped her capture a refugee
and mind erase
the refugee.
I can't imagine there's not like a whole episode we missed with that they forgot to do, with Janeway being like having a whole discussion about whether or not they would allow this.
Right, and so
because it's a crazy thing for them to allow it ethically.
And he was talking, and he was basically, they were expressing how fun it was because they got to work together, and Chakotay had this great idea to do a magneton sweep or whatever, and then they wiped the refugee's mind and sent her back home against her will, and then they celebrated with champagne because they had so much fun and they bonded and it was so great. But now that it's happening to the refugee that he loves, that he fell in love with in 2 weeks, now it's like this morally like reprehensible.
The episode makes no sense.
Yeah,
but you're right. It was an interesting part.
And it wasn't.
It belongs on your interesting list.
Yeah, and
sort of interesting list.
And it wasn't even like, and they didn't even throw in like, now I understand why that was wrong for me to be that way or something like that. They didn't show any like recognition. They didn't tie those two things together at all, saying like, oh shit, what we did earlier was fucked up. Now I know. Like, they didn't tie that together at all. It was like two totally different like messages in the same two opposing messages in the same episode. Actually, the first one wasn't even a message. It was just like, I'm having fun with my girlfriend. Who gives a fuck why? But it's fun, and we fell in love, and now we love each other. And like,
we had bunks across the lake from each other.
Yeah. So that was the last.
Wow. Anyway, that was a great list.
Yeah.
Well done, sir.
Thank you. Because you made the episode.
Well done.
Made it sound way more interesting than it actually is. There's still a few things concluding things to say about this episode. But first,
you said but first.
But first, we want to.
Frankly, I find it repulsive.
Of course, get along with this week's entry for
You said entry.
WTHHIHTB. AKA Where the Hell Have I Heard That Before? This is our
HPV?
Yes, this is our weekly game where we play a sound clip from the Star Trek universe, and then you have until Friday to submit your guess as to what the clip is, who said it, where is it from, etc., etc., etc. So,
it's complicated.
First, I'm going to play last week's clip, and then we'll go through everyone's guess.
That is your decision.
So.
We're playing this game before we play the game.
Yes, I don't even hear it's. Again, I've mentioned, like when you have kids, you just edit them out. I don't.
It is a dangerous pastime.
Dan's just playing clips. I don't even hear them. But they're not the clip.
That's cold.
They're not the clip.
I don't think that's a parent thing where they just they filter their kids out.
I don't think that is.
I think Patrick just gets way focused.
No. Just way focused.
I think you do.
It's a parent thing. You will just not even hear the screams of the child.
No, I think that's a you thing, Patrick.
Because you can tell the difference between like an actual problem versus the kids just being ridiculous.
I think you're just trying to sort of validate like your own sort of tendency to like get focused on something and block everything else out.
Was that?
Yeah.
Did we just have a bunch of silence in the last couple seconds? I didn't.
That is your decision.
We shouldn't have dead air.
Don't deny it. You were trying to be funny.
And succeeding, sir. So, I'll play last week's
I'm
clip.
not certain.
I will. This is officially last week's clip. All right.
Now.
Scotty!
Aye, sir.
Beam us up.
I love how he's like, Scotty! Scotty!
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Gentlemen, with the caveat that these are being selected on purpose to be difficult to ascertain, do either of you have a guess before we go to the listeners' guesses?
Well, it had the romantical music playing.
All right. Well, from what series?
Oh, it's well.
Give us whatever guesses. Give us as much info as you.
Well,
as you can
I'm gonna
glean.
say TOS, but now that I say that, it's probably something completely different.
But it's probably a movie. Don't you think it's a movie?
It's probably a movie. It's probably from the first movie or something.
You think it's the first
No,
movie?
I don't know. I don't fucking know. It sounds like it's from TOS, the series.
Which character is speaking?
TOS, the series, is redundant.
Well, it's Kirk.
Kirk saying, unless it's like Blurk or something.
It might be another clip from Star Trek 4.
Oh, because I played two in a row.
Because it sounds watery.
I did do two.
It was
Star
the
Trek 4s in a
romantical
row.
music. I don't know what it's from. I know I'm wrong.
It's called ice cream.
All right, let's get to the listener guesses.
Yeah, baby.
I do think this was a trickier one. Emmanuel has a unique entry. He submitted a graphical WTHHIHTB guess.
Wow.
We're gonna post this image. We're gonna post this image on social media. But first, I'm going to copy this to you, Jesse. I should have told you this ahead of time. Let me send this to you on WhatsApp.
Sabotage.
I'm going to have Jesse describe this image to the audience and to Dan. And then don't worry, Dan, I'll send you the image straight after that. I just...
don't worry.
I'd rather not engage in speculation.
Did you have a problem with... You were going to talk about how you had a problem with Tuvok saying that.
Yeah. Thanks for the reminder. We'll get to that. Okay, Jesse, I've sent you the picture. Now, you don't need to read the caption in the picture.
Well, do I get to look at the picture?
You get to look at the picture in a second, but I really want to hear. I want to hear Jesse describe this image. Again, you don't need the caption. Just who is in the image.
It's complicated.
Can you recognize who that is?
Report.
Well,
Now that's something
it
that's
looks
hard
like
to
it might
believe.
be William Shatner.
It is indeed. It is William Shatner.
He looks a little
Well done.
funny. He looks like he's about to run a marathon, or he just ran a marathon. He's like in some kind of funny athletic getup.
What do his pants look like?
He's not really wearing pants. He's wearing some kind of athletic briefs.
Okay.
I don't want to play this game.
A skimpy running outfit.
Thank you, Jesse. Dan, I'm going to now. I'll send you that. I'll send you the picture.
What do you mean send me the picture?
I sent it to the group chat.
Well, wait, so I could have looked at it earlier?
I was just having fun having Jesse describe it. When you see the picture, you'll see.
Oh, you can see his wiener.
Exactly. Yes. Emmanuel sent a picture. It is a black and white picture.
There's a badge that says ABC.
Yes, William Shatner, probably from
Of all
his,
the things, Jesse, why didn't you pick the most obvious thing about this picture?
because he was looking at it on his tiny ass phone.
I'm not looking at dicks,
Jesse's
baby.
using like an iPhone 2.
There's indicators that would draw your eye to it.
He told me not to look at the captions.
Do you mean the part that Emmanuel has he's written captain's log with an arrow pointing at Shatner's the shape of his penis?
Really teeny tiny.
Yeah, but you don't need to read it to know that it's pointing right at his dick.
I kind of figured, Dan, that was what was going to happen, and that would be funny because Jesse was just going to be like, "Here's a picture of William Shatner." I know.
I see it. He's got a sticker that says ABC on his chest. He's wearing some kind of briefs, but nothing too notable about his briefs other than they're kind of short.
They look like wrestlers' speedos or pants or whatever. His hairs are tremendously hairy. His legs are hairy, but the hair is all matted down with sweat.
Like he just did whatever it was.
It is a glorious picture, and he.
You can see his wiener.
And Emmanuel says his official guess is this week's WTHHIHTB comes from that episode of the original series where Scotty fell through the floor in the attic and has to answer all of Kirk's questions, sounding like a disembodied space deity. I believe this is also the episode where Kirk and Spock beam into Willy Wonka's factory, which is why it sounds like Gene Wilder's about to start singing "Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination" at the end of the clip, referring to the music, the telltale music.
Thanks, Agamus.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Very funny. We'll direct everybody to social media at It's Got Star Trek. We'll post that image. It is a great image. I've never seen this before.
Yeah, I haven't seen this.
I'm loving it.
Thank you for that image.
I'm so delighted.
I will take this to my dreams tonight.
To see this. Emmanuel also mentioned when he sent the image, he said, congrats on doing a Chakotay episode, I guess. You're not wrong. Dan is, Dan
I did the ice cream laugh.
Dan was taking a drink.
I did the ice cream laugh.
Thank you for not ruining the microphone.
I was worried about my keyboard.
I
don't give a shit about your stupid fucking microphone.
Well, that's the one you use.
We're dangerous.
All right. Thank you, Emmanuel. Good guess, but no, not correct. Not correct.
That is your decision.
The next guest we have is a voicemail guest from Isaac and a special guest.
These are our messages.
Hi, Wangles, Dangles, and Jesse. It is Isaac.
And
Tricky.
His better son, Jack.
We've just been listening to Wouldn't You Know What That Noise Is game while we were driving in the car, and we pulled over after hitting a wallaby. Not with the car.
They drive
That's
on the
another
other
story.
side.
They're just kicking it.
And we were compelled to have a go at this game, and we don't know what it's from.
No. And I think you're not supposed to know what it's from either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not the secret actually knows. That's exactly the bit.
Yeah, except for all the other entrants. But Wangles, you've been picking Star Trek 4 for the last couple of weeks, so we're going to say it's Star Trek 4, the one with the whales, because you don't watch any other Star Trek except for that one.
Sounds
that was
watery,
like a
better.
musical sound.
Yeah.
I actually think that was a whale and not an instrument.
Do you want to do a whale noise?
That's also the noise that kangaroo made.
It's the noise you make
Oh,
when I
no.
say, can you do this job for me?
When you
Anyway,
It's the noise I made when you said, do you want to record with me?
Yeah,
Since
that's
it's Star
right.
Trek.
That's right. It's also the noise the whale made in the backseat when we asked him if he wanted to record. So Wangles, please send our It's Got Star Trek t-shirts to Post Office Box 1, Hobart. They'll get to us. And
They know us.
They
Yeah,
know
they
where
know
they
us,
are,
and
yeah.
we'll wear them with pride. Thanks for another compelling episode of What the Hell Was That Fucking Noise? See you next time. Bye.
See ya.
Thanks, Agamus! Thanks, Agamus! They get 2 thanks, Agamuses.
I
That
love
was a similar guess to me, sort of.
That's right. Jesse also guessed Star Trek 4.
Something like
So they
that.
were talking about beating on a wallaby?
Running over a wallaby.
No, they said no.
Oh, they didn't. Hit
They
the
said they
wallaby.
hit one not with their car, so they just must have like jumped one and started beating them.
Because I don't. Maybe they do have wallabies. I know they don't have kangaroos in Tasmania. I don't think they have wallabies either, except in the zoos. Maybe I don't know.
It's just a crazy
Don't they have
idea.
them Tasmanian?
They got the
devils?
Tasmanian devils with the face cancer, which is hopefully he's getting better.
Sounds wonderful for the children.
The animals have the face cancer,
Yes.
or they spread the face cancer?
They spread it because they like to bite each other for fun.
Fuck.
And yeah, but anyway,
And they get the
hopefully it's
brain
everything.
damage.
And I also love that Isaac is essentially Santa Claus. You just write, Hobart Isaac. It's like they'll walk down the street, they'll find you.
They know where
They'll
he's
find
at.
you.
He's
well,
Isaac from Hobart.
Thank you, Isaac and Son.
He twisted up the game again because he was doing the play on our names, which is the game, but then he made Jesse's regular.
Yeah.
Why do you think he picked your name, Jesse?
Because I'm the most whack.
What's great is it doesn't matter which name he had picked to keep normal. Dan would probably for the next week or so will be obsessing over.
It's called ice cream.
All right. Let's keep on moving with our
All the
guesses
qualities
here.
you mentioned would help in defending Neelix against the periodic wrath of the crew.
I thought he was going to say the periodic table, which wouldn't make any sense.
The period in the fable.
Yeah. Jeremy,
Negative.
Jeremy from Facebook sent in the following. He said, "Hello, Kirk, Spock, and Bones."
Whoa! Which is which?
I don't know. It's another thing for you to think about. I know 100%.
You mean obsess about?
I said think. I know 100% that this is from TOS because of the music cue and the sonic qualities of the recording.
That's what I'm saying.
However, I am not sure which episode of TOS, so I will guess it is from The Savage Curtain from season 3. Big ups to you all for bringing us laughs every week.
Right.
Thanks, Agamus.
Thank you. Good guess. Good guess.
That's what I was saying. It's the TOS romantical music.
It sounds very TOS
Totally
and very
does.
romantical. Let's move along home to the final guess.
7, if you don't get it, then I can't explain it to you.
Fast talking Kim. Mike S. from Mastodon provides this guess. He says, I think it is from the Star Trek The Original Series episode, The Gamesters of Triskelion.
Treskelon? The game stars of Treskelon?
Season 2, episode 16, when Kirk leaves behind the nice woman with the aluminium foil costume.
Why didn't you just say so?
I presume this person is from the UK. With the aluminium foil costume that makes her chest seem prepared for a potato-themed cookout. You may recall, we did this episode. I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the game.
214,
Little
episode
bit
2.
back.
Yeah, Gamesters of Triskelion. Triskelion.
No, it's the Game Stars of Treskelon.
In episode 214. If you want to hear Dan make that same joke a whole bunch of times, listen to our episode 214 of ISG.
I'm not making a joke.
Triskelion,
I think I recall it being a good
If you
episode.
choose to interpret my remark as humorous, that is your decision.
Mike S goes on to say, it's the music what gives it away. I haven't double checked, so
what
I
I'm saying.
hope I do not end up embarrassed by my degree of confidence. Thank you. Okay.
Well,
Thanks, Agamus.
So
The Bazaar Collectors, the Bazaar Collectors, the Bazaar Collectors, the Bazaar Collectors.
Jeremy says the Savage Curtain. Mike S says the Gamesters of Triskelion.
The Game Stars of Treskelon.
And the correct answer is
The Game Stars of Treskelon. Am I going to get to say it again?
It is the Game Stars of Triskelion.
I made you say part of it.
You did. You fucked me up. You fucked me up
The
big
Game
time.
Stars of Treskelon.
Oh, you fucked me up.
The Game Stars of Treskelon.
All right. So,
Sinistar.
congratulations, Mike S.
I don't get it.
Thank you so much, everybody else, for your contributions. Now, I will play the clip for next week.
Wait a second.
Okay, I'm waiting. Excellent.
yes. Hello. Yes.
Excellent.
Very good.
Incredible.
I'm going to play this twice, and then we're going to very swiftly conclude this fucking episode. All right. Here's the clip.
Scotty, beam us up fast.
Oh,
Whoa, another one of those.
all right. One more time.
Scotty, beam us up fast.
That's a short clip.
Short clip.
Damn,
Fast,
dude.
Okay. Send
It's a
your,
complicated story.
send your guesses to
Maybe we should wait.
Scotty,
Maybe
we
see if that's what happens. And see if that's what happens.
feedback at itsgotstartrek.com or on social media at itsgotstartrek.
Which one of us is Scotty?
DM us so you don't give it away to the other folks. Send us a Blue Sky, Mastodon.
But the end result is the same, is it not?
Okay. Last final points. Any final? I don't think we have any duties or no duties or
No,
anything
we
like that. Right? I did have. Let me scroll.
Wait,
up.
there's this one.
Maybe we should wait and see if that's what happens. Maybe we should wait and see if that's what happens. Maybe we should wait and see if that's what happens. Maybe we should wait and see if that's what happens.
I know this wasn't going to happen in this time period, and I know it didn't make sense for how this episode ended up being, with the whatever the point of the episode
Being
was.
me up, Scotty.
But watching this episode, I was thinking how it would be like at the beginning of the episode, Chakotay's extra suspicious, right? Everyone else is like too not suspicious of Kellen, but Chakotay seems particularly suspicious. Through the course of the events of the episode, I think we're meant to understand that he was suspicious because he was like weirded out by like being told that he was in love with this woman, right?
Yeah.
However, I was like, wouldn't it have been awesome if she comes on board and she's doing this whole thing like we fell in love and whatever. And if it was one of those more interesting alternate plots, like Dan, you were suggesting, like maybe she's a spy or up to something, it would have been funny if this episode revealed that Chakotay is gay. And that's why he's suspicious. He's like, no, I know for a fact I didn't fall in love with this person. But that maybe that would have been too interesting for this time,
Maybe
for
it
this
would have been.
particular time period.
When she was like saying to Chakotay, she goes, we spent several weeks together. And she's telling Chakotay about like how they fell in love. And when he hears this, he's all in his disbelief. He's like, yeah, right. Yeah. And then she starts to go into detail about like all the time they spent. And he does that thing that they make you do in elementary school picture day where you put your you make a fist where you make a fist and you put you rest your chin on your fist and you make a dumb face.
It was really weird
and you look at the camera with your chin unnaturally.
Oh, yeah, right. Or sometimes the marching band they did that.
Well, you make your chin rest unnaturally on your fist and you have this fake smile that you can't make because the pressure of the chin against your fist against your chin is like pushing your mouth up and it looks all unnatural and uncomfortable. And
you feel like your belt being undone and your zipper going down, and but they're like, no, keep looking forward.
That happened in Ghostbusters.
Oh, that's Dan Aykroyd gets a blowjob from a ghost.
Yeah,
strange movie.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
A ghost job.
Yeah, they did that in Band too. Actually, I think they did that for Patrick in Band.
I have a hilarious picture where I look like a complete jackass.
That's not because of that.
No, it is. I mean, it's at least partly because of that.
Yeah, no, it's totally because of that.
All right.
Wait, weren't you gonna make a comment about?
Well,
I'd rather not engage in speculation.
Yes, not a big comment. Just that recording is a good example of what we've already mentioned throughout the episode of these competent people kind of giving bad advice. Could you play that one more time?
I'd rather not engage in speculation.
Well, that line continues. The next part of that line is like,
It's a dangerous pastime.
Yeah, it's like danger this way lie or something. I was like,
wait, it goes like this.
I'd rather not engage in speculation. It is a dangerous pastime.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's a Vulcan cop-out.
It seems like they're trying to equate like being logical with not speculating. Speculating is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
What the problem is if you like then assume your ideas you've speculated. If you assume they're true without evidence, that's a problem. But absolutely, it makes sense to speculate all sorts of things to be prepared for what might be coming next.
The only thing I could possibly imagine is Seven was like questioning, going, Commander Chakotay's face became flushed as he spoke with her, meaning Kellen. What does that signify? The only thing that I could think it could possibly be is Chakotay says, I don't want to engage in speculation. His way of saying, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
I agree with that.
I don't even know
you
though.
there. I don't know.
It's still awkward though. It's still a weird thing to say.
He said it with such like, of course, this is just obvious. I'm teaching you a lesson here. But you're right. Maybe he's just trying to say, listen, I don't want to be thinking about Chakotay all naked, and I just don't need to be dealing with that.
Yeah.
It's not my par time yet.
Yeah.
All right. Any other points? Otherwise,
Robert's bell.
Shall we conclude?
Robert's
It sounds like we can conclude.
Maybe so.
I think we've reached a conclusion.
Not a great episode, sadly. It's
no, it's not. It's not just not a great episode. It is okay.
Yeah, maybe we'll do better next week.
I want to ask real quick, like. This is probably the most boring Star Trek episode I've ever seen.
Fuck.
Now people say
fucking boring.
Now people say things like Shades of Grey is like
a clip show.
The worst episode. Now, is there a difference between the worst episode and the most boring episode? Because like I can say that there are probably episodes. I can't say that this is definitively the worst episode, but I can say it's the most boring episode.
It's pretty boring.
But most
Shades of Grey is more engaging, and there's all the behind the scenes stuff of Shades of Grey with the writers' strike and all that makes it meta interesting.
Like even if something's bad, and I don't mean so bad it's good, I mean just bad. At least it's something to. There's something to comment on.
Right,
but if it's boring, there's nothing. It's like how people always say,
there's nothing to do.
The obvious. How people always say the opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. Yes. And so the opposite of good is not bad, it's just boring.
Yeah.
Know.
Well, this fucking fits the bill. Next week, I think we're in...
Oh, sorry, one last thing. There were Borg beds. Yes,
they have that for 7.
She had like 3 or 4 of them in that room.
Because they just yanked it out of the thing and put it in there.
I guess they took the whole fixture out.
It's like a unit.
The whole unit. You said unit.
Smells of Borg.
It's a unit.
That's what she says.
That's what she said.
Next week, we should be in better shape because we will be discussing an Enterprise episode, a Season 3 Enterprise episode, and that episode will be titled Exile.
Ooh.
It's a Hoshi episode. I haven't seen it in a while. It might be a middling episode too, but I don't know. I bet you it'll be more engaging than what we just watched. Write in and let us know your thoughts on Exile. Again, feedback at It's Got Star Trek or at It's Got Star Trek on the social medias, YouTube, Facebook, all that. Subscribe to us on YouTube if you don't mind.
If you don't.
You don't have to listen to us there, but it's particularly helpful as that number inches up slowly but surely.
And leave us go on to Apple iTunes and leave us a review, and I'll take a poo-poo.
Ooh,
actually,
he'll poo-poo all over the place.
Dan will. It's a long-standing thing. We haven't mentioned it in a while. Dan will write a custom haiku, not with AI, an actual custom haiku.
I mean, I don't know
if
why
you leave a review.
I don't know why you'd assume it was AI.
You gotta state it clearly these days, because otherwise people will be like,
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Because that's the whole point. That this is a good example.
Like they wouldn't be able to.
This is the perfect example of why there's a difference between AI and human creativity. In that you could argue that the AI will produce a reasonable haiku, maybe even an entertaining haiku, but if you know it wasn't created by Dan and doesn't have all the flavors and juices that Dan's putting into
juices.
The uses.
It has
squeeze me into that haiku.
It
get
has
some juices
less
into it.
value. Just because it fits the structure does not mean it is as good as what Dan could
That's
produce.
a tasty haiku.
Jesse, I'm gonna pump your eyes full of my juices.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that'll be.
I'm a thirsty.
Holograms?
Put that on our.
I'm a thirsty.
We'll put that on the It's Got Star Trek at It's Got Star Trek on OnlyFans. All right.
You're such a kind person.
Exile next week. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Goodbye. And
Sweet
thank
dreams.
you again.
Don't go.
I don't want to go.
Don't.
That That was a joke.
The whole episode was a joke.
I thought you might like to get something to eat, unless your memories of our mess hall aren't good.
As a matter of fact, I was quite fond of Neelix's food.
Now that's something that's hard to believe.